Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get started on what I want to talk about today, I want to welcome everyone back to my channel. Welcome to all of my subscribers and welcome to those who might just be dropping in for the first time. And if you are here for the first time, or if you have not subscribed yet, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Just hit the red subscribe button down there and don't forget to turn on the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video or whenever I decide to go live. I would love to have you join me. And I am hoping to be able to have a live stream pretty soon. And also, please leave a comment and be kind and considerate and loving in your comments. I would appreciate it so much. We don't want any hate here on my channel. So today I want to talk about the stigma of mental illness. So, mental illness is looked down upon. I think others, even those who have a mental illness, they tend to judge those who are mentally ill. Although it may be subtle, in your workplace, you could have a coworker that you suspect suffers from some type of mental illness, or maybe it's known openly that they have a mental illness, and maybe the coworker feels comfortable talking about it, or maybe it's a subject that is in a discussion among your co-workers. I don't really know. I haven't been in the workforce since the early 1990s when I went on disability for mental illness. But I know back then it just was not discussed. And like I said, I don't really know whether it is discussed nowadays or not. But I am still uncomfortable talking about my mental illness and allowing it to show. For instance, when I do a video, I go in the bathroom, or when I'm putting on my makeup, I always put makeup on my arms to cover the sores, the dermatillomania that I suffer from because of my obsessive compulsive disorder. So I was going to go in the bathroom today, and I didn't want to do my face makeup. I mean, this is just a little daily vlog, and there's no need to get all gussied up for it. But I thought, I just took a shower, and I really want to put some medicine on the sores on my arms. But if I put the makeup on it, then I can't put the medicine on it. And I thought, I'm just going to sit down and talk to y'all about it and let you know how I feel, and I'm going to put my medicine on it. This is the Silvadine cream that my doctor gives me. It is an antibiotic, so my doctor, when I lived in New Jersey, it's probably expired by now, but I haven't gotten a new jar. No, it doesn't expire until this September. So I'm going to put this on my dermatillomania, and I would much rather, put this on it and have it to start healing today, instead of putting makeup on it and doing the video and then having to scrub it off and open up all the sores again and then put the cream on it. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm always honest. I do try to address any type of issues that come along in questions or on my channel or on other channels that any of y'all have questions about. I've never hidden my past from y'all. I've talked openly about everything, even things that are very embarrassing. But that's just the way it has to be when you have a YouTube channel and it's about your life, living on Social Security and just living. There's really not much that can be hidden. So I know it probably is disgusting to look at these sores, but the dermatillomania, I've had this picking obsession, I guess ever since I was a child. I can remember the obsessive compulsive effect to me when I was 4 or 5 years old. I used to just bite my fingernails down to the quick until they would bleed. Okay, so that's better. I've got the medicine on them. Now they can start to heal. Hopefully someday I can leave them alone totally and completely and stop having this compulsion to pick my skin. I just hate it. But I just wanted to go over this with y'all and let y'all know how I feel about it and how I felt about it in the past, that I did always think that I had to hide my mental illness. And I did hide it for many, many years. And sometimes I still do hide it. But when somebody looks at my skin, it's pretty obvious that there's something wrong. But anyway, I was just wondering how y'all feel about it. Have you ever been like hidden your mental illness or your feelings from family or coworkers, and then you were approached about it, and maybe someone suggested that you go to a behavioral health center and maybe see a psychiatrist and get some help? When someone did approach you, did you feel surprised? I know I did. I was approached when I was at my job when I worked for Allsup Incorporated. I had been transferred to the Orlando office, and it was a very small office. It wasn't big like the headquarters is in Belleville, Illinois. If y'all want to see how big it is, you can Google Allsup Incorporated and read about it and see the pictures of the beautiful headquarters there in Belleville. So I was more or less able to kind of hide my mental illness when I worked there because there were just hundreds of people, co-workers around. But when I got transferred to Orlando, it was different. I mean, the boss was, his office, I was his secretary more or less. He was right there. I was, near him every day. So it was pretty obvious when, I couldn't come into work, or, I would call out sick and make up excuses when I was really suffering from depression and mental illness. So he did suggest that I go see a psychiatrist, and, I had good insurance with Allsup and they paid for it. But I eventually ended up in a behavioral health hospital for 30 days. And that's when they first put me on Xanax, and they started trying all these different antidepressants, which none of them ever worked. But the main problem during that time was my thyroid. I just was not getting the proper treatment for my thyroid. So I encourage any of y'all who are suffering from the blues or feeling melancholy or depressed or racing thoughts, and you just can't control your emotions. You just bust out crying all the time, or you just want to stay in bed all the time. I do encourage you to seek help, and I will put some links in the description box below for where, if you want to go online and do some research and find some numbers to call, something to help you to reach out and get help from a psychiatrist in your area or a local mental health facility. There's so many county-sponsored mental health facilities now. So I just hope all of y'all are well and healthy and that you don't have any of these problems, but I know that it is very common, and with COVID and the restrictions that we were under for 2 years and the COVID vaccinations, I'm sure that it did leave some people with some type of side effects, and maybe the side effects, you feel more depressed from it, or maybe you're feeling depressed because of the economy and not being able to afford groceries or afford to heat your home, or afford to put gas in your car or pay your rent, or if you're living in a mobile home, your lot rent has gone up, or even if you own your own home, you've got taxes to pay on it. So we're all suffering right now, and I do encourage you to reach out and get help. So I just hope that y'all will give me a thumbs up and share, and I hope that you are doing okay. And definitely, y'all just keep on coming back. Bye, guys.